Hello, good evening. Yes, it's time for the launch of another One Day Special. Look who's here with me.
Hello.
I'm so pleased to be back with John next door.
So am I. We haven't worked together since the craft along, have we? Have we had one show since? I can't think
we
we
might
have.
not have done.
No, we had such a scream on that. It was brilliant.
I know, it was amazing. I've got my own next week, you know.
I know, I can't wait to watch that.
Now then, this is the One Day Special, of course. This is a launch show and we're expecting a very, very busy show. So John, we'll get straight to the One Day Special.
Yes.
Tell us all about it. We've got two options here, haven't we?
So these are the press cut multi-layer dies.
Yeah.
So the idea is each die set has a different design and it has a separate outside cutting line, die included, so each pack has two in it. So this first one we're looking at is diamonds. So you have a layer that they're all designed to work individually.
Okay, lovely.
But they're all designed to work together to give you what we'd call a quad layer.
Right.
So that you can actually put them together and have 4 layers that all match perfectly. So I'll try and pull, if you can see there, I'll bring that one in.
No, I don't think I've ever seen this before, not a quad layer.
So you've got the back layer, which is the burgundy, then you've got the red layer, the white layer and the back layer on top.
Wow, that is gorgeous.
And because of having a separate outside line, you can foam mount them. So you're not stuck to flat mounting them. But you can use them. I mean, I've got to show this because this is my favourite of this one.
This is just amazing.
This is the Argyle print.
Look at that. How effective is that?
And that's using just one of the dies in the set of 3. Yeah, that's just using one of them. I will be demoing that one tomorrow. But these are, we were talking earlier before the show, I'm always asked for backgrounds, and backgrounds that will make our flowers look right.
Yes.
Backgrounds that won't overshadow it.
Exactly.
And these, to me, just shout it. I mean, I sent some of these out to the girls, and if you could see the quantity of samples that we've got, and they had 4 days to do them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's your diamond.
Okay, lovely. So that's one option. Then we've got our flowers.
So this is your flower option. So this is the same idea. I know it looks like that top die doesn't match in because it's a beautiful die on its own.
I've seen the samples. That's one of my favourite parts of this
one.
But
that works with it. And again, it gives you a quad layer.
Look at this.
So if you look at that, can you see?
Isn't that gorgeous?
We've got a white at the back, then a brown with all that stitch detail showing. Then we've got a red layer, then we've got a white layer. And that one is actually flat.
Wow.
But you've got all that depth and dimension in it.
Yeah.
Use them separately, use them together, and it gives you that quad layer. That's if you use just 4. That's if you use a plain back. You can get a triple if you use 3 of them.
Right.
You can get a, can't remember what the word is for a 5 layer.
It'd be a pentalayer or something
like that.
Yeah,
pentilayer, no, pentilayer. You can get that by offsetting. You can actually rotate them round.
Yeah.
So you can actually go up to a 10 layer.
Wow.
You could go up to whatever, you can get so much out of these. These are the most versatile dies I think I've ever seen.
Do you know, I'm starting to think you're right there, John. It's the same for me. I've never seen any that layer up quite in this way. Let's give you the details because, of course, this is the One Day Special. So you've got the option of diamond or flowers, same item number, 915274. Now you're saving £10 here, $34.97. And remember, there's 2 dies in each pack. 2 dies in each pack. Now then, this is important, the next bit. If you want all of them, rather than going for 2 one-day specials, you can go for another bundle under a different item number and you are saving an additional £10. So that's there on the screen, you can see them. So all of them together, buy all of them there. Oh, a freedom price.
That's crazy, isn't it?
Individually, for all 6, there'd be £89.94. That's if you were to buy them individually, of course, because they will be available individually, but you don't want to do that, do you? Of course you don't. Think about it here. If you want to go for the big bundle, you'd be saving £30 in total. £30 in total. And there's a freedom price. So freedom members delivered to your door for just £53.95. And you can split the price as well. Do you know, it just keeps going on.
It's going crazy on this one.
So you've got the Flexi Freedom on here as well. This just gets better and better. 2 payments of £26.98. Now, you can't even get 2 individuals for that price. That is how crazy it is. If you're going for the individuals, you get those. It's more than that first payment of the Flexi Freedom offer there. 440355. That is for the big bundle. Wow, that is a bargain. So if you want them all, definitely that is the best way to go for them. Don't be going for the individuals, you'll be paying more. Right, let's have a look at some samples, John.
We've got here, so this is one from...
Oh, how beautiful.
I think this is one from Barbara.
Isn't that gorgeous?
But she's just used the top layer twice. So she's done the offsetting to give her that double diamond look.
That is absolutely stunning.
Stunning, isn't it? She's used here into a box lid because there's no outside cutting line.
Of course.
Again, just using one of the dies with the orchid, which I think is on the show, and the foliage done as a die.
Oh, that would look beautiful in a frame as well, wouldn't it?
She's done a double, made her own card, blank, from it.
Wow.
I've got, here we go. So just done black, white.
Love it.
One of my favourites, mine, white on white, which...
Oh, now, John, isn't that stunning?
Look at the depth in there, but that panel is actually flat. It's foam mounted underneath.
Wow.
But that is a flat panel. But I don't know how you do that.
These are absolutely beautiful.
And we will get onto this glitter card, don't worry. But look at that.
Oh. Yes, take note of the glitter card and the sentiments. They're coming up later. Just a little bit of a heads up there.
You know, here, again, another one. This is by June Smith, one of our new angels.
Oh.
But look at that. Offset. But to
Incredible.
show you...
Oh, we've got an update for you, actually. The complete set, that's all of the dies with that fantastic saving. 20% of the stock already gone. And we're only 6 minutes in. Wait until you see more samples. If it's busy now, it's going to get busy when we show you some more.
We've only on one. Sorry.
I know, we've not even got to the flowers yet.
This is the board that I made. I have to say thank you to Sam for cutting it for me. Let me turn it that way. There we go.
Okay.
Get it in the right way. So you've got layer 1, the top layer. Layer 2.
Yep.
Layer 3. And if you see on layer 3, you've got all that detail of that stitch
you
detail.
Have, haven't you? Beautiful.
Which if you use that with layer 1, you see it.
Yep.
Or use it on its own. Down here, we've got that's it cut together and all put together.
Beautiful.
But then here shows you how it works. So there is layer 1. There is layer 2. There is layer 3. So you can even make, and this is using one of the 15 by 42s, you can even make your own card like that.
Do you know, that is lovely. And if you wanted to support it a little bit more, a bit of acetate behind there, maybe some nice coloured parchment behind there as well.
Parchment, colour it, but shade it from behind.
Yeah.
But then we've got the flower.
Yes.
So on the flower, you've got layer 1.
Wow.
Layer 2. Look at layer 3.
I love layer 3.
Layer 3 is beautiful.
It is. And I've got a sample I'm going to show you in a minute because I love that so much.
That's them all together as the quad.
Yep.
And then this is how they fold. So layer 1, over layer 2, over layer 3. So you wouldn't think that would work in this pattern, but look when it goes over. It's like
Just
you've got
amazing.
6 or 7 different dies in one panel.
It really is.
Do you want to show your favourite?
Oh, I just love this because just using one layer. Now, the one that is the most solid of the dies here. But how clever is this? Using the stitching line and then using the inks there to shade. They're like little rosebuds, aren't they, with the leaves popping out. How beautiful is that? I just love that. That's using one layer.
But these dies, just quickly, I've been saying for a long time, life is too short to paper piece.
Okay.
It's always been one of my biggest sayings.
Okay.
These were the first dies ever that I loved that much. I paper pieced.
I was going to say, I'm sure you've paper pieced that. Now that is striking. That is really striking, John.
I just absolutely love that.
Beautiful.
But again, just nick one of, this is one of Maxine's. So thank you, Maxine, for this.
Oh, wow.
She's used the Eyes Ink dropper inks on some mirror card on the back and just used 2 layers.
Yeah, I'm going to hold up 2 more because we do need to move on.
Sorry,
so while I'm holding these, I'm just going to remind you the details there. So for the big bundle, that's everything, all of the dies there with that fantastic saving and a freedom price and a flexi freedom as well. Wow. 440355. The one day special, you've got a choice of either the diamonds or the flowers. If you want them all, go for that big bundle. Very important because that's where the saving is. Now we are going to move on down because we've got a lot to show you and we want to get to demonstration time, of course. Now I love these, John.
I'm really proud of these. These are brand new launch tonight. Nobody has seen these. These are my new sort of essential sentiments dies. So you've got the die cut of the words, and they're done to be a little bit swirly, but not overly so.
Yes.
They're not overly feminine, they're not overly masculine. They'll just work really well. So you've got congratulations, thank you, and with love. Yeah. 3 that we'll use all the time. I've got happy birthday. I'm not being funny, but I have.
Yes.
I wanted things I could use all the time, but they just work. So you can use them separately. You can use them together with the outside line as it's a separate die. You can use them to make shaker cards and put the line in between them.
Yeah.
I've got some samples here, but it's actually something about these. When I was at Hochanda last Monday, just after my last show, I got a picture through from Sam.
Okay.
And he has never made me samples for a show. He's not a crafter.
Okay.
He actually made me a load of samples. He loved these that much. He actually, on his own, went into the craft cave and made them.
Oh, well done, Sam.
He's actually inked through it. But he's used all the samples on them as well. There, he's made a flower from the waste.
He's here today, isn't he?
He is. He's come with me, bless him. But he's done all of these, and he loved them.
Oh, do you know, Sam?
And that, to me, it says something when you've got someone who's new and never crafted.
Exactly.
But off their own back just goes in and starts rifling through your stash and makes things. But that was the set. I just love the sentiments. I really do.
So do I. I think they're so. You are going to just be grabbing for those all of the time, aren't you? They're not going to be put away in a drawer and left. You're going to be using them. £9.99 as well for all 6 dies, all 6 of them. 960011. Now then, wait until you see the next item. We're going to go straight down here, John. We're coming to this. Now, I saw this before the show and I said, John, this is not going to hang around. This is absolutely stunning. Yes, I do like my glitter.
Yes.
But I don't like to overdo it. I like to keep it subtle and just in the right places. And we're going to be able to achieve that look with this, aren't we?
You really are. We've been waiting. Jane's done me some samples of this, Jane Smith, because this is so new that it came into the warehouse when I was actually on the road travelling.
Really?
Yeah. It was actually came into the stock warehouse on Wednesday, and I actually haven't been home since Wednesday night. This is non-shed, intricate die-cuttable glitter card.
Yes.
So this is, if you look here, that is die cut with one of the days from the one-day special and cut instantly. That's been virtually impossible for me.
Do you know, I'll agree as well. I've tried many a piece of glitter card with no success for die cutting. It either doesn't cut, you can't get the bits out, or it looks tatty, you can't see detail on there. The glitter goes all over the place, you end up with the white edges. It's just a disaster.
You don't end up with anything. I mean, we look at this one here, if we slide that one in. Can you see there? You can even see the stitch lines of the embossing on the machine, where the machine has actually embossed in to the glitter card, even through the purple.
There you go.
But what I said earlier to you was
beautiful.
This. You thought I was checking to see if it was coming off. It's non-shed, but it's so soft.
It is.
It genuinely is.
Yes, when John did that, I'm looking for the bits of glitter on his face just to see if it really doesn't shed, and it was just to show me how. So it feels like velvet.
It does.
Really,
I
really
wish
does.
we'd have actually called it velvet glitter card now. We've been so excited. We've been waiting for this. We sourced this. We started working on it, picking the colours in January, and it's taken till August for us to get it.
Oh, wow. Well, 10% of the stock has gone. We're not even giving you the details yet because we've got options on this as well. Now, let me just show you these. This is 3 glitter cards together. So using the dies, of course, the diamond dies there. So even if you want to go all out glitter, to me, that's not overdoing it, John. And it cuts so beautifully.
This is one that Jane made. That, to me, is not OTT.
Look at that. Oh, those colours together look
and
amazing.
That's flat.
Yeah.
But that's all cut, and everyone's cut in one pass. Absolutely love it.
Yeah.
It's so useful.
It is, but if you wanted just that fine bit of glitter, just one layer, maybe the central layer, absolutely amazing. But you've got choices, and of course, paper piecing in there as well with the glitter.
Paper piecing would be amazing with it, don't waste it. And what we tried to do was, so, do you want me to run through the colours of it?
Let's do that,
okay,
because this is a bumper pack.
In the bumper pack, you get 10 sheets of the silver.
Just look at that glitter.
10 sheets of what I call the soft gold.
Stunning.
Yeah. You get then 2 sheets each of the festive pack. So a silver, a gold, a red, and it's a different gold, a green, a Christmas green, and this beautiful copper colour.
Gorgeous.
You get 2 sheets each from the warm pack.
Oh, this is nice.
Which again is a different coloured, sort of orangey copper. You get the brighter red, a bright fuchsia pink, a lighter pink, and a pale pink.
Yeah.
So 2 each of those. Then you get the cool pack.
Okay.
And you get 2 each of these. So you've got, again, another softer pink, a different green again, a different goldy copper, like a rose gold this time. Get that beautiful sapphire blue and that absolutely gorgeous silver. And that's a different silver than is in the multi-pack, that's in the single pack.
Amazing. All that, there's 50 sheets for you. 50 sheets here. Look at the price, a saving of £5, just £19.95 for all 50 sheets. Now that makes it just under 40p per sheet. And I know from the days that I had my shop, for a piece of glitter card that would shred like crazy and you couldn't die cut, you'd pay 85p to £1 a sheet.
I've paid £1 a sheet easily for shedding non-cutting glitter cards.
This genuinely, this does not shed. I wish you could just feel this now. It's amazing. You're going to love this when you get it home. 432920. It's absolutely stunning. Now we're going to take you over to the website because we do want to get to demonstration area. We're busy already. I knew we would be, you know, because those dies are incredible. Now I don't think many of you will be wanting to choose one or the other. I think probably most of you are going for the full bundle there. You can go for individuals, you can go for the one-day special. The one-day special, you've got the choice of the flower or the diamond, but the real value is in that big bundle because you're going to get both sets with an incredible saving, a freedom price, and a flexi freedom basket opening up as well. It just goes on, doesn't it? But we need to see some demonstrations. If you're not convinced already, which I'm sure you are, we need John to show us a little bit more.
Right, so what I thought I would do is, it's all well and good when I say, oh, this is non-shed, die-cuttable intricate glitter card. Well, you know, I'll put my money where my mouth is. This is the third time I've cut this, because it's that new.
Oh, right, okay,
But the sentiments we did earlier were the second time I cut it. So I've chosen from the bumper pack 4 colours, making sure they're sort of tonally right, but they've got a difference.
Yes.
They're not just one after the other after the other. So I'm going to go light to dark.
Right, lovely.
So I'm going to go with the first one, which is like this soft, almost rose gold.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
And this sort of lilac-y pink, and I'm going to use the flower. So I'm going to go first layer, and these are how the dies come. You get the die and the outside line.
See, I love that you get both.
Well, that means that pattern is extendable.
Yeah.
We can extend that and make a whole A4 sheet of it if you want, as big as you want to. You get one in every one, so that if you did just buy one, you're not missing out on the square.
Okay, lovely.
So I'm just going to put that one down there.
Okay.
And because I'm doing it like this, and because I'm actually putting it without an outside line, it means I've got plenty of place to actually foam mount them.
Okay, lovely.
So I can foam mount them between. So I'm going to go through with that one and that one. And we're just going to run that through. Now, what I would say first is do what I'm doing. Run it through your machine with your standard sandwich.
Okay, right.
If you find that your standard sandwich doesn't cut through, add a shim in.
Yeah.
Every machine is different.
It certainly is.
Every machine from the same manufacturer is different. So check it that way. But then I'm going to take the next layer and clear out the bits.
Now, just to make it clear as well, John is using an A4 machine here, but these are going to fit through your standard machines, aren't they?
They will, yes, they will fit through all your standard machines. Not your little ones, but all your standard A5s.
Yes, exactly.
So I'm just going to just get ready then, those two. So I'm going with exactly the same. I'm going down the colour. But this is how quick it can be. If you've got an A4 machine, so let's take those out.
Okay.
Yep. Pop these ones in. This is how quick you can do it.
Now, I would be saving all those little cutouts as well, because if you do want to paint
it's almost painful to do this.
But do you know what, John? Even with, I'm just popping one out there, even if you didn't want to paper piece, for shapes like that, the little petals, you can build up separate flowers, totally separate flowers, using the petals and use them on all sorts of different
projects. This is what I mean about the glitter card.
Oh, poor Chloe. Now she's gone to find the broom.
Oh, poor Bernard.
I knew you were going to say that.
That's without me getting a pokey tool. We have to use pokey tools anyway.
Yep.
But just grab the pokey tool and you'll see, even those little circles are coming out. Yeah. No worries
Perfect.
at all. Can I pass you that?
You
I'll
can,
clean
and
the
while I'm
pink?
doing this, John, I've got an update as well.
Right.
The complete bundle, I knew this was going to be so busy. How can you not go for the complete? A third of the stock has already gone. A third of the stock.
Yeah,
Huge.
That was me
wasn't an
stopping myself
aeroplane.
saying something then, I think.
That wasn't an aeroplane landing or
No.
taking off. It was John Lockwood in sheer surprise. Now, I'm not surprised because I knew these were going to be busy, and you are loving them. You really, really are. And we've hardly shown you any samples, to be fair, yet. If you look around the studio here, the amount of work that's been done by the design team.
Yeah. I have to say thank you to Barbara Deere, to June Smith, to Maxine Payne, to Leslie Lakin, and if I've forgotten someone, I'm very, very sorry, guys. They've been absolutely amazing with these, but all we did was send them 3 out each, 1 set out each,
Yeah.
and people were sending back 20s.
That just goes to show.
They were sending back 20 cards
Yes,
in the boxes.
that shows how much you've enjoyed working with them. It really does. I've seen this happen before. You know, when you've had design teams, you send certain things, there's always a favourite, and you always get far more samples back of the favourite item. So you know which is everybody's favourite.
So
Beautiful, beautiful samples, I can tell you. Whoever's on the design team, if I've not met you personally, one day we might, but
Yes.
well done. You've worked so hard. They are beautiful.
But what I always say about them is the girls that help me, I call them my angels because they
Yeah.
save me and
Aw.
help me. And they're all people I know and all friends and people that I've collected along the way, if that makes sense.
Oh, isn't that lovely?
And I think that's really important. You know, they're all brilliant. You know, there's so many great people in there. So I'm just going through, and we know that we're cutting out here we're cutting out 4 dies, but you can see I'm not having to ease these out. They're just dropping out. That's what I love about this glitter card.
Amazing. Well, I've done mine, John. I'm just waiting for you now.
Sorry. Well, I'm trying to do 2 as well.
Do you want me to do anything for you?
Yeah, sorry, I should have thought of that. Could you finish that
I
one off?
certainly can.
Thank you. So,
Now then, we've
What
got
I've
other
got.
things on the show as well, John, such as the foam and the flower making paper as well,
we
haven't
have got the flower making paper back. We've got the craft artist foam, the new colours that we launched earlier, I think earlier in the week, actually.
Yeah. Oh,
But I
we
will
will
get to
talk about
that.
them a little bit later. Yes, we'll let John do his demo, and then we'll talk a little bit more about the other items for you.
So I didn't want to have, I know it's not most exciting thing, watching me putting foam tape on, yeah? But I didn't want to have these pre-cut because I know for a fact if I see something like glitter card,
Yeah.
people say, it cuts great, but here's some I've pre-cut.
Yeah.
You know, I am a suspicious sort of person. And that's terrible to say, but I would go, yeah, really, no, show me it cutting. So I wanted to show you all
Yes.
how well this cuts because
And
I'm
also
so impressed
sticking
with it.
things to it as well. Sometimes
Yeah.
we find it difficult to stick glue and tapes to glitter card.
You do,
it doesn't want to
because-
adhere. This is different because you've got the lovely surface on the back there to be sticking to. The glitter itself will stick. You've got that lovely smooth velvety surface. It is beautiful.
Because what normally happens is the way these are normally made, and what they tend to do, and they've done it before when it's been no shed glitter card, and I think we've all bought this, it has a plastic
Yeah.
film or coating
Yes.
over the top,
Yeah.
and it has a plastic film over the back.
Yeah.
Now, when we actually were sourcing this and talking to them, what they said is this is actually a glitter foil.
Oh, I
This
see.
is how this is manufactured. This is a glitter foil, and it's put actually onto proper card.
Yeah.
So instead of being a piece of card where they basically put glue on and shake glitter on
Yeah.
and seal it, it isn't. This is a foil that almost comes in a roll.
Wow.
And then they sort of heat bond it on. But that's why it cuts so beautifully. I'll take the next one.
Wonderful. Well, I can tell you may have noticed at the bottom of the screen, going across, we did have queues on the phone. Now, it's extremely busy out there. Quickest and easiest way is to go to the website, of course. You can go to the phones. If there's any queuing time, just hang on in there. Or go to the app as well. Of course, that's a great
That's what
way
I
to
use.
shop as well. Is
I
it?
use the app, yeah.
Do you?
Yeah, I do everything on my
Do
phone.
try the app
so-
if you've not done it yet. We'll keep you posted on stock updates as well, but the glitter card that we're using here, details on the screen for that now, and a quarter of the stock has already gone. This is the bumper pack with the 50 sheets. 50 sheets for just £19.95. You're carrying that £5 saving during this show. Do you know what? I can tell you what, John, at the full price, I would pay every single penny of
would.
that and more. I really would.
Well, I was actually very lucky I was down on Thursday So the reason I've actually got some to use on the show is I was down in the warehouse on Thursday.
Right, okay.
And the very first thing I did when I walked in was, where's the glitter card? Can I have 2 packs of each one, Mark? Just put it on my account. Literally. So all I'm going to do, you see here, I've used the die to cut this out.
To cut the square, yes.
So when I'm foam mounting, it's too small.
Right.
So I'm going to use that for another project. And I'm just going to use a piece at the minute. And you wouldn't be this wasteful at home, I know.
Yeah, but that's not that. Well, I know what you're saying there.
I am being there, yeah.
But yes, do save every square millimetre, as I like to say.
Oh yeah, definitely. Certainly when you've paid this price.
Not just inches; it's got to be the millimetres as well. Everyone counts.
So I've got the next layer on, but you can see already, it's really hard. We can see all this stitch detail.
Yeah, we can.
It's hard with the glitter for you to see that.
There you go. Oh, you can see it there, John.
Perfect.
Look at that.
Holly, that's an amazing shot. So, just going to take that out. Now, you've got to be a little bit careful.
Okay, yeah.
Because these were designed to repeat. Because we were sent the designs through from our manufacturers and said, do you like these?
Okay.
And as they came through, I went, I love the design, but no, I'm sorry. Panels, long, a cutting edge.
Yeah.
So we had them altered, we redesigned and worked with them to get the design so that it could be repeated. So you have to check round to find the match.
Okay.
Yeah. And the best thing to do is go with the circle in the middle.
There you go. That's the one.
Circle in the middle.
Yep.
But then we're all layered.
Amazing.
Yeah. I'm going to go with the final one. But what it means is, and I will show you this in another demo, how we can actually we can extend that pattern and make any size that you want.
And that is worth a lot as well, isn't it? When you can do that.
But then we just line that
I just
over.
love how these layer up.
That's it. That's it.
How beautiful is that?
Yeah.
Absolutely gorgeous. There's just one problem. We've got a little bit there and it's annoying.
And it's going to annoy me forever, isn't it? But there you go, you see, it's not even stuck.
There you go, it just pokes out, look. It just shows how beautifully they're cut.
If I hold this one up, you can see.
Look at that, isn't that wonderful?
So they may not be colours that you would choose together, but I think it really shows how they work and how you can work with that.
That is stunning, John. I mean, the options you've got over the different types of card, the techniques that you can add to the cardstock as well before die cutting.
There's so much you can do. Yeah,
certainly
you can use everything. And the other thing is that really pulls it for me is, it's like in the John Next Door range, I don't do the sort of plain big backgrounds.
No.
Because press cut do, so why would I do them?
Yeah.
You know, that's what I love about press cut, that's what they're there for. But you and I were both saying before, we really struggle when we're making flowers and we're showing off flowers to find dies that don't overshadow them.
Yes.
To find a die that will do, like, say, this one.
This is actually true. We did have this conversation.
We did, like that.
Yeah.
I really, you know, on this one, Barbara's just showing the ivy off.
Beautiful.
But if that was a really busy die, you wouldn't see that.
No.
And that's what I absolutely love. That's what we need, and that's what we try and do, is correct, find holes in our stash.
But also, forget the flowers, just that as a card is absolutely beautiful. You know, a little sentiment, you don't need to do anything else. You really don't. Wow. Well, let's just give you the details one more time. There's the big bundle on the screen, so that's going for both sets. All those dies within the 2 sets. You don't have to just go for one or the other in the one-day special. Don't go for 2 one-day specials. If you want to get them all, go for that big bundle. It makes a difference on the price there for you. So details on the screen. Flexi basket as well for the Freedom members. You've got that Freedom price, 440355. Now, I've got also here in front of me, somewhere we've buried it, John, look, here it is.
Well, we've probably buried it in bits. Poor Bernard's going to be here all night clearing this floor.
Now, I'm just taking some of this out. Now, this is our flower making paper. We have foam and paper. This is the paper. So why is this always so popular, John? Because it flies every time.
Because what this is set with gold mica when it's made.
Oh.
So it took a long time sourcing this. So when you ink and colour over this, the mica comes to the surface and shines through. If you feel it, this is 160 GSM, but does it feel like it? Does that feel like 2 pieces of photocopy paper?
No.
Feels a heck of a lot stronger because of the mica.
Do you know, there is a difference.
Really shape your flowers.
I've heard about this before, John, but I've never actually done a show with you where you've had it on, so this is the first time I felt it.
If you look in there, it's really hard to see. This is one of Barbara's. Can you see the shine and sheen on those orchids? That's because of the paper.
Beautiful.
But those are made out of that. If I grab another one from down here we go.
Oh, let me just show you again. Let's have a really close look at this. Look at, you can see the gold
see
there. Just move this out of the way for you, John.
Right.
Oh, wow.
I spritz the paper heavily. This is the white paper.
Yep.
Yeah?
Yep.
Flower making paper. Spritzed heavily with ink.
Okay.
But all that sheen and all that gold is the paper.
Really?
And that's what does it for
me.
Beautiful,
absolutely beautiful. Well, $9.99. Now you've got 40 sheets here, 160 GSM. That's going to go a long way, isn't it? These are A4 sheets, of course. 120439. Expecting to be busy on that one as well. Now we have got one or two other items to tell you about. Now John has brought his glue set before and it was a sellout, but this is a different one. This is different to the one you saw before. So what have we got here? We've got the non-stick craft mat, and we've got the glue eraser and the fine lime bottles. Now, once again, we were having a chat before the show, and I can tell you, and I'm sure John's going to show you this a little bit later on, but the non-stick craft mat, if you're using something like a glue gun, sometimes when you drop it on your craft mats, it kind of makes it crinkle a little bit, the heat affects it. You won't get that with this, but more importantly, you can use this mat as an embossing mat. So how many times when we're selling dies do we say, don't forget you can emboss them? Well, you can use this mat for embossing as well, and it's just $9.99 for the whole bundle, 046955. I'm sure we're going to see that in action as well, of course, later on. Now, the one-day special, we're going to give you the details for this first, but if you've just joined us, pay attention a little bit more closely because we have got options here and we could save you some money. So with the one-day special, what you're getting here, it's one item number and you've got a choice of either the diamond or the flower options. Now there's 2 dies in each set, so you've got 3 die sets per option. Now there's a saving here of £10, just £34.97. So diamond or flowers, 915274. Now you may be thinking, well, I want them both, so I'm going to go for 2 one-day specials, put one in my basket for one option, one in my basket for the other. Don't do that. It's unusual for me to say that, but don't do that, because if you go for this item, you're going to get the whole complete collection, but you're going to save an extra £10. So for all of them, all 6 die sets there with 2 dies in each, of course, £59.94. That's all you'll be paying. Now, individually, if you've got a favourite, you could go for individuals, but they would be £14.99 each. So if you do the maths, we've got 6 sets here. That would make £89.94. So look at the saving you've got here. It saves you £5 per die set, and it drops more. This is where the saving is. If you're a Freedom member, it's dropping more. So Freedom members, delivered to your door, of course, and you've got that Flexi Freedom basket as well. Item number 440355 is for the full bundle, the complete collection, and we're already approaching half of the stock gone with huge stocks. Huge stocks. Now you're loving these. I'm not surprised. I'm going to show you 1 or 2 more samples because let's see if I can. I've got to show you this one again because I just love it so much. Let me just pull some more out as well. I'm going to give you a variation. This is the flowers first. I know I could have done the diamond. Oh no, it's a diamond, that one. This is a diamond first. Let me find another one that is beautiful. Oh, because we've got the flowers with that gorgeous paper there as well. Now, exactly as John was saying, and I do totally agree with him because I have come up against the same thing. You all know me, I like my flowers as well. I make them with clay, I make them with paper, I do all sorts of things. And it is very difficult to put them on a background. If you go for pattern papers, it's too busy. If you go for a decorative die, it can be too busy. These make the most beautiful backgrounds. Now look at this, layering up there, that wonderful effect with just the congratulations sentiment. How beautiful does that look? Male, female, it doesn't matter. Any age, it really doesn't matter. Look at that, that is absolutely gorgeous. Paper flowers, foam flowers, whatever you want on there as toppers and sentiments, it's all going to work. So that's the diamond. Let's just show you 1 or 2 of the flowers as well. I do love this one. I love the colours in this one as well. Absolutely gorgeous. I have got to show you this one once more because John said, you know, I haven't got time to paper piece, but in this instance, he made the effort, and how fabulous does that look? Any time of the year, any time of the year. It doesn't matter what the occasion, wedding, birthday, anniversary, Christmas, it's going to work. Both the flower and, of course, the diamonds as well. So we've got the diamonds there, and keeping it simple. Again, just a sentiment. There isn't one on there, but you could pop one on very easily. Male, female, doesn't matter. Gorgeous, gorgeous samples. There you are, the full collection, 440355. Now we're going to show you a little video, give you some more inspiration. Just watch for this. Wow, just stunning inspiration there for you. Now we're going to get back to John in a little while with some more demonstrations, but just a couple of things I want to talk to you about. I did, as I went, to do a bit of a recap there, tell you about the glue set. Now this is different. You've brought this before, haven't you, John? But in a different, it's not quite the same bundle you've had before.
No, we brought before the Craft Artist glue, the glue eraser, and the two new extreme fine line glue bottles.
Lovely.
And it's sold out in the first show.
Wow.
And basically, the Craft Artist glue we launched a few months ago, we've sold the lot.
So you've got none left?
We're very, very low. Very low, but it's on the boat with some new glue from Craft Artists. So we're waiting for it to come back. And I didn't want people who'd missed out, because I absolutely love the glue eraser and these bottles. Earlier, because I've been around the country a lot, the boards that we did earlier, if I steal this to go with the sentiments, I hadn't cut them like this. So I cut these in the glitter card earlier. You look at that, congratulations, how fine it is.
Yeah.
And Sam actually glued them on, so I passed in the glue, fine glue, and he turned around and went, swear word, that's really good.
He went, that's
have a look really fine.
The tip on this. Do I unscrew it or just pull it? I'll just pull it off.
What you do is, I'll take it off for you, so it's just clipped on.
Just so we can see how
Your
fine
lid
that is.
pops off. That
Look
is
at
how
this.
fine it is.
Look
It's
at
actually like a hypodermic syringe.
Yes.
And the clever thing is, this will actually do, so if I put it on a piece of, say, the flower making paper, I'll get, look how fine
Wow.
that is. I can even do my own glue dots
Oh, and they're
to
keeping
glitter.
the shape beautifully, aren't they?
Yeah. Well, I have got the Craft Artist glue in here, but no matter what happens, and I've always found this, even with pins in them, these can dry.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what you end up doing, if you've left your glue for a week, you've been on holiday, you come in, and what you end up having to do is unscrew that, get your poker tool in and get all that gunk out. This has been designed to clean this. All you do is pull the hypodermic off.
Wow. Do you know, I didn't know that
Push your pin in there. That's it. So if it blocks, push your pin through there and clean it. You don't waste any of the glue in there. But look,
and you're not taking the top off and risking spilling it while you're doing it either.
But that pops off. Right?
That's
for
fabulous.
cleaning. But look how hard I'm pressing.
And it's just coming through the nozzle.
And it's not popping off.
Yeah, yeah.
That's how hard. But that is not popping off, and it comes off when you snap it off. And of course, you've got to help stop air getting to it. You have got a little airtight lid, but they never do it 100%. I'd hate to say that.
Yeah, but do keep your lids. Try not to lose them.
Don't lose them.
That's what I do. I keep losing the lids. So you're getting, of course, two of those. We've spoken about the eraser. Now these are handy. I haven't got one of these, but I know they're really good.
These are brilliant. Well,
so any glue residue, this
any
is going
glue
to
residue,
it.
any residue from when you've got your tape.
Yeah.
So when you get tape residue, you rub it off. But one of the things I didn't realise, and I remembered from college when somebody told me, so thank you whoever it was that told me, the reason we have them is longer than normal is when it gets dirty, you don't clean it, you cut it off. So the idea is you'll see artists who've
Yes,
got pieces that big because they cut off the dirt, cut off the black bits.
Because if you use the dirty bit, you're just going to be putting more marks on your cardstock.
So once it gets dirty, you just cut it off and trim it down. That's why it's so big.
Lovely, perfect. Now this is important. So the craft mat here, this non-stick craft mat, this is important. Now you're right. You said this to me earlier, John. If you're using a glue gun, and you've got other craft mats that really are supposed to stop the heat, they can crinkle.
I've done it on this.
I mean, drop something really hot on it.
This is my cutting mat that I use at home for demoing bits on and getting things prepped on. I have a massive one in my craft cave. This sits on top. I've ruined one of these by letting hot glue drip on it because the heat makes it bubble.
Yes.
This, now, I have one of these that sits next to my glue gun because mine's constantly streaming. And once the hot glue's dry, it just picks off. It doesn't burn, doesn't blister it, doesn't mark it. So I thought, brilliant to have a heat resistant. You can heat emboss on this, and it won't mark or anything. You can ink on it, use it for your inking, but it also works in your die cutting machines as an embossing.
This is what I like, because especially more recently, I've done a lot more embossing with my dies than I've done for a long time, because you kind of get a little bit lazy and think, oh no, I'll just... You see a little bit, but it makes such a difference if you take the time to emboss with your dies. Now, because this is the size it is, John, I can see... Well, is that a little bit large to go through a standard machine?
It is, but you use a pair of scissors and cut
it down. Exactly. So it might be worth, if you're going to use this, if you haven't got an embossing mat, if you look for one, you're likely to pay as much just for the mat, if not more in fact, as for the whole bundle here. So if you can afford it, go for 2 of these. Keep one as your heat mat, keep one for an embossing mat. You're going to end up with 4 of the fine liners there and 2 of the erasers, because although it's going to last a long time,
I've got one at home and one in my kit.
Well, exactly that as well. But also, if you are going to, and it might take some time, but as you're cutting it down, you are going to want another one at some point.
I mean, I know you said, you know, you're getting more into embossing your dies. I always say life's too short to cut a die then emboss it. So what I tend to do is just emboss it.
Oh, well, yes, you've got that option.
Just quilt it. So this is what I call the quilting technique. But look how...
Hang on a minute, John, hang on. That's with the embossing mat in there. Just the die, you haven't cut, you've just used the embossing mat and the cutting mat, not the plates, the sandwich to cut through it.
I haven't tried with the glitter card. Do you want me to give it a go?
Yes, let's give it a go.
I say I've not had this long enough to play enough with it, so it's...
Let me show this, look. So this is the deboss side, so to speak. So this is the wrong side, but you could use it as the right side. So you can see it's not cut through, but how beautifully that has
it's like
worked
silicone,
there. Look at this.
It doesn't seem to crack your card anyway, or your mirror card. And I've got to say, to be honest, this is cheap mirror card. This isn't expensive,
doesn't matter.
You know, really good. It's not designed to do that. So I've got my die down. Taped to my card. Onto my mat, I've got my heat mat on there. And I'm just going to run it through my machine and we'll see if it works on the glitter card. I'm suspecting as it's foil it should, but it might not, I've got to be honest.
Yeah, because you've not tried it before. Just while that's doing that, John, so going back, now if life wasn't too short and you were prepared to die cut and then emboss, I presume it's the same as normal. You'd put the blade down to the rubber mat, you'd die cut it first, keep it in the die, put the blade down on top of the cutting, the rubber mat. It doesn't cut through it, it just embosses the detail.
Well, it's worked on the back.
It certainly has.
There we go.
Oh, it has worked. Look at this. Now, it depends how we cut. Look, yes, that's better. That's it. We're just tilting it because obviously the lights and the camera, how it catches.
I mean, what you could do with that, so that's in the dark grey.
That is lovely, because if you wanted something very subtle, but it's so tactile, isn't it, as well?
And we've kind of quilted this, so if I take the second diamond die, not the smallest, the finest, and I cut this, then I can drop this over the top and it will look even more 3D. So I'll run that through.
Do you know, I've said for many a long year now, actually, yes, all dies are beautiful, and I've got lots of dies myself, decorative, you know, fancy ones, but I tend to go back to the same dies, the regular shapes, the nesting dies, a few butterflies, a few flowers and flourishes, and that's it. But I'll tell you what, I need these.
I knew that when we were talking about these earlier, I'm thinking I know what
these would definitely be my go-to dies, without a shadow of a doubt. They would not be used once and put away. I would be constantly using them.
You couldn't. I mean, I know now, you know, it's a case of, as soon as I've got, you know, if I want to showcase some flowers, you know, I wanted to showcase the sort of the Christmas rose on that card. So I made it with the flower making paper. So I wanted that sheen to show. But if I put something that distracts your attention in the back, it's ruined. But there's that classic of using 2 of those diamond dyes.
I absolutely love them.
It's beautiful and pretty and works with it, but it doesn't take my eye away from what I want them to look at. Which is what I want you to look at are the flowers that I spent hours making, not the background.
Just lovely. Oh, do you know, I've been so good for the last couple of days, John Lockwood. What have you done?
Sorry. Well, the thing, what made me, I love these, but the thing is, you know, people would say, well, you would. But what gave me the confidence to think, I think other people will like these, was literally on Monday when I got a photo from my other half, who's never made a finished card.
Yeah.
And there were 5 or 10 cards made. And it even got some burlap, got a die cut and inked through it.
Really?
There's one where it said, oh, I thought I'd try that because it made a brilliant stencil. Well, I hadn't had time to make a stencil with it.
See, you've got to think of these things. So, Sam, well done. Well
Yeah.
done. Is Sam going to be taking over your little stints on
I keep trying to
Facebook,
convince
do you think?
him, but he takes over my Facebook. He does all of that. But just, again, get it in the right place, but then you drop that on.
Lovely.
And you can
I hope we
see-
can pick this up.
Hope we can, because you can see then.
Might have to tilt it a little bit, John. Oh, yes, you can see it. There we go. So you can see now. Isn't that gorgeous?
But that, to me...
Isn't that beautiful?
But, again, this is the other thing. You know, a lot of people ask me for, what have you got... Can you do something for men's cards?
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you do something for men's cards? Can you do something... And I always say, I don't want to do something specifically for men because it's a small area.
Yeah.
You know, I don't make anywhere near as many men's cards as I make women's cards. But the fact that I can make that, which is a pretty beautiful card,
Yeah.
but with the same die, I can make that. That wants a
that.
golf bag on it.
I was just going to say, I was just going to say a couple of golf clubs in the corner
or
there, and
make
a
this
name or a sentiment.
and
Fantastic.
Download a template online.
Yeah. Could be a Christmas jumper as
cut
well.
out a jumper shape, so I was going to say. From it.
Put a reindeer's face on there. That's your Christmas jumper.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. And
Amazing.
as soon as I saw the die, I thought, I wonder if I could do an Argyle print.
Oh.
And it was so easy to do. Even like this, where I've paper pieced and put it in.
Love it. Love it. Right then, now then, just details on the screen for the tool set for the glue. Of course, we've shown you how to emboss with the heat mat. If you can afford it, go for 2 of these. So you can cut one down if you've got the standard machine. The bigger machines, it's going to take it, of course. But if you can, keep one as a heat mat, keep one as an embossing mat as well. 046955, that's the item number, and over 20% of the stock has gone. Don't forget, if you're just going for the one option, 1 mat, 1 eraser, and 2 of the bottles as well, which you're going to use all the time, aren't you? For many reasons. Again, add in your glitter as well. You find bits of glitter. Right, John, what else can we see with the dies?
Right, so I thought I'd have a go now. I'm going to actually use some of the flower making paper.
Okay.
Because I've got this because I've got it. And again, because it's 160, we wouldn't think to do this.
Okay, right.
So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take, when I find them, because I'm putting things everywhere, as per usual for me. So they come in 1, 2 and 3 as I call them, or actually they're noted down. It's on the packaging A, B and C.
Okay.
And if you turn the packets over, then you've got layer A, layer B, layer C and a picture of it all layered together.
Okay, yeah.
And that picture is not computer created. That's what I made physically at home with the samples and photographed to put on there.
Amazing.
Because again, I'd rather you see what actually you physically get, not just a computer
and don't
image
forget
of what
you're getting
you
the
could
square
get.
in the sets as well, aren't you?
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. So what we're going to do is, first of all, I'm going to take this one. So this is layer B, or the second layer. And I'm just going to emboss this. Okay. So I'm just going to emboss this die.
Okay, lovely.
So again, putting my heat mat on. So, and I'm just going to run that through while that's running through.
Okay, well, while that's running through, I'm going to say hello to everybody in Europe and the US because we know you're watching. and buying as well, actually. Busy, busy hour. This is the launch show, of course, for Crafts 2. We've got some fantastic dies, amazing prices for you as well, including, of course, that whole bundle that's got the maximum saving we can give you today, which is so well worth having. $59.94 is the price. You are making a saving here because if you go for 2 one-day specials, to get all the options there, it will cost you more than going for the big bundle. This is where the main saving is. 440-355. Freedom members, cheaper still, $53.95. And you've also got that Freedom Flexi that you can open up as well, of course. £26.98. That's the first payment. Another one in a month's time. But think about it. If you go for the dies individually, because you can get them individually if you've just got a favourite you want to use it as a single use. But if you bought 2 of those dies individually, it's more than the first payment on the whole bundle.
So this is the flower making paper. And just to make it really hard for Holly, I'm really sorry, because white's never good. That's quilting 160 GSM paper.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Because of the mica, it's got so much strength. So I'm going to pop that to one side. It is just, isn't it amazing?
That really is.
But I think that the matte makes a difference as well, to be honest.
The matte will make a big difference.
Yeah. So I'm going to take now a piece of the glitter card, and I'm using silver from the silver pack.
Okay.
And I'm going to take a piece of white.
Lovely.
And I'm cutting the layer that I just embossed. Yeah. I'm cutting the top layer on this one.
Wonderful.
Put it down, and whilst I'm doing it, rather than wasting that, I'm going to put the congratulations on, because this was how I try and get the bits out. Oops. Where's my pocket tool gone?
I did put it back, John, I promise.
You did? Oh, no, it
it's
could
there,
be me.
look,
I lose everything now. Okay?
Don't want to get into trouble.
So just make sure I've got all the little bits out on this one. There we go.
Okay, lovely.
All right, so I'm just going to cut that, because that's how I tested the card today.
Yeah.
Literally at about 5 o'clock. So we'll put the,
haven't you been somewhere else today, John?
I've been at the Stevenage Stamporama show today.
You've been a busy man today, haven't you?
I have, yes. I've done, what did I do? I think I've done 2 sets of workshops, Friday and Saturday. I did workshops on Wednesday. I did meetings all day Thursday. I did all-day workshop Friday, all-day workshop Saturday. I did Stamporama Stevenage show this morning, and then I drove up here to do this.
And now one day special, so it's not just tonight, of course, at 6 and 8. It's tomorrow at 9, 1 and 5.
And then on Tuesday, I've got an all-day workshop in Sheffield.
Oh, I'm sure.
I might have Wednesday
you're
off.
coming back again soon for another one-day special as well, aren't you?
26th, yes.
I think I've got you for that one as well, if I remember rightly. Or at least some of the shows.
So here we go. So I've got then all of that's cut. But the congratulations. There you go.
Oh, now we've had a lovely email in, John, from Ruth. Ruth is saying she had to laugh when I said you were being good. What's that supposed to say, for one thing? Obviously, Ruth thinks you're never good. Not in a... Oh, that sounded awful. No, I'm really digging that hole again.
Naughty.
A naughty boy,
Look at
yes,
the floor.
that's it.
Come on, I am
well,
naughty.
you are. We need to get the big broom out. Look at Chloe shaking her head. But
Yeah,
what
and
Ruth
poor
said,
Bernard's going to have to spend hours cleaning this floor.
what Ruth said was... What was it?
This is getting like craft along again, isn't it? It's just me and you enjoying ourselves.
No, the dies aren't a need, they're a must. They certainly are. They really are. And they're a must. Oh, no, I can't, John. I can't go upstairs because I've got to go next door.
Oh,
Will
you've
you
got to
save
do
me
that?
some?
Yes. I'm sure.
Somebody will go up for me. Oh, I've got Good Evening in Chandler with Hayley, and you're coming in to see us, aren't you?
I am, yes. And we'll be doing, we said we would do, because Sam's come with me.
Yeah.
And we've been doing a lot of Craft Cave Lives at the moment on my Facebook page. So we've actually been saying to people to send in your questions, and that's what we answer. So at about sort of 7:10, we're going to do a very quick Facebook Live from in the studio.
Oh.
So Sam's going to come in and do that.
What,
so any questions,
and Sam together?
Put on that one. Sorry?
Sam as well?
Sam films it.
Oh, Sam films it.
I'm not daft. But what I was going to do, I think we're going to run quite short on time.
Okay, we've got about 3.5 minutes, John.
So I'm going to grab a couple of quick daubers and grab the paint out again quickly. 2 colours of ink.
Sorry, you missed one.
Thank you. So I'm just going to give...
That is an amazing effect on that paper, I've got to say.
I look. The fact is, when you put ink on, you get even more shine. I just think is amazing. So I'm just going to go in with some beige.
Oh, that's a lovely colour.
It's tea. but it's how it works on.
Oh, of course, it's the
paper.
It's a built-in. Of course it is.
No, it's not. It's not the colour. It's the gold coming from.
Now, doesn't that work well?
The flower making paper.
Oh, John, that is so effective.
So we'll just go. So like that, yeah?
Lovely.
I'm going to then drop over.
Yeah. Oh, how pretty is that pink with the silver as well?
Look at that.
Isn't that beautiful? Oh,
it's quilted through.
We'll try
Very difficult to show.
There
we go.
Isn't that gorgeous?
But I'm going to go on with.
Now. Yes, it's just finding the right the layering technique, isn't it?
You can guarantee that if it's not right at first, you'll turn it round 4 times.
You can't really get it wrong, can you? You can see where it's not layered right. Isn't that lovely? Just look at that. So this is ink. I was going to say normal inks. That would be a bit
This
naughty
is just
of me.
normal dye-based ink.
They're
nothing
dye-based.
special.
The eyes inks, Oris inks, they're special.
They are, but they're nothing. You know, they're not a really expensive glitter ink.
No,
that's the
but
paper
that paper
shiner.
there, and then with the glitter layer, this is what I was saying earlier about just that hint of glitter. You don't have to overload it, but you've got the pearlescent, you've got the shimmer, you've got the lovely glitter effect, and then you could use some of your non-luxury cardstock maybe to dye for the top layer.
Well, that's what I've done. I've just used some of my Crafts 2 linen, and of course I've then got the sentiment, which is cut out beautifully because the dye. I mean, I'm going to say the dyes are good because this is a John Next Door one.
Yeah.
Yeah. But. And it just fit over the top. And I'm going to put this so that Auntie Holly can get it on the overhead.
Lovely.
There we go.
Beautiful.
But all of that detail's cut because it's a good dye and it's good card, and that's what makes a difference. You know, a bad workman blames his tools, but if the tools are right, you can't get it wrong.
Exactly, exactly. Well put, John. Now, we've only got a minute left, so let's just give you a final shot of the complete bundle. Because, of course, you're not just getting the diamonds, you're not just getting the flowers, the complete bundle, you're getting all of them. There are 12 dies here, 12 dies. Freedom prize for you, a big saving. Flexi Freedom Basket, or whichever way you pronounce it, 440355. Do you know what? If you can afford it, do go for that. 2 payments of £26.98. It is less for that first payment than buying 2 of the individuals, just 2 of those individuals. John, do you know, I've loved every minute of that. Really lovely.
Thank you.
Exceptional.
I've really enjoyed it.
Exceptional dies, glitter card, everything. Do look on the website. Check your baskets out as well, of course. Do join us if you can for a good evening of Chanda. John is going to be joining us as well. And watch out for Facebook Live. And you're back at 8 o'clock with Hayley as well.
I don't need to sleep.
And I'll see you tomorrow as well.
I'll see you tomorrow.
Yes. So don't go anywhere. Stay with us. We'll give you the menu for the rest of the evening as well. But catch us on Good Evening.